Welcome to Learning Bites. As we explore the drive sales culture, we're looking at R for research, and we've just gone and discussed in a previous video around planning and having a meeting plan for any client contact, be internal or external clients, making absolutely sure that you are well prepared. Preparedness shows professionalism, which is good for your brand. Now, inside of that, one of the key things we want to be making absolutely sure of is that your team represents you well. What a lot of people do, particularly in the role of sales or frontline, is that because there are not a lot of courses out there for people to have to go to a university degree to become a sales rep or to become a customer service agent, people will often just sort of fall into the roles or sort of get there just by default. And sometimes it's like, oh, I don't know what else to do, so I became a rep or I became a frontline customer service agent. The danger with that, of course, is that if you don't train people, if you don't let them know what your brand represents, if you don't let them know how you want them to behave, we often talk about having a sales playbook which clearly outlines that. If you are not clear, people will then have to work it out themselves by practicing on your clients. Please don't allow that to be what happens to you, your company, your brand. Make sure that you do it in-house. Now, some people dread that because they go, ugh, role plays. But when we do something, we learn a lot better. So I do encourage people to do role plays at the very least. And here are 3 things that you can do, or something you can do for each person you bring on board. When you get a new team member on board, put them alongside your best performer and get them to watch the best performer. So step 1, watch your best performer. Take notes around what that person is doing, detailed notes. Then step 2, make sure that they then follow through and do that activity by following their notes while your best performer is watching them. And then if they get stuck, they go, oh, what do I do here? The person who's coaching them goes, well, what do your notes say? And if they go, well, I didn't take note on that, they say, well, write this down. Now do that. And what you begin to happen there is you begin to develop an SOP, a standard operating procedure, a way that you do things in your company, with your brand, with your culture. And then the third step is that once they've got it written down, once they know what to do, they've been coached through this process, then they're able to go off and do it themselves while the support person is still there. If an odd thing comes up, out of the box experience, they're there for a reference, but the person should be up and running. I often relate it to those little pullback cars we had as kids. If you do your training well of your team, it's like pulling it back the whole way, and when you let it go, they're able to shoot forward, propelled by the great training they've had to go zoom and achieve results. Otherwise, you're doomed to go and you're not actually moving forward. So invest the time, effort, and energy to educate your entire team on what your brand stands for. Here's to your success. If any of this resonated with you and you'd like some help with it, do feel free to get in touch. Drop me an email at mike@thinkrite.co.nz or 0272 987 523 or our website www.thinkrite.co.nz.